about that. But is that the way you have to get your kids' attention some days? It is for me at my house. I have a daughter with ADHD. She's 12 years old. And if you're here, then you want to know more about it and what to look for and who to talk to and what your treatment options may be. So first of all, we're going to start talking about what ADHD is. ADHD is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It causes, it's a chemical imbalance causing hyperactivity, inability to concentrate, and inappropriate behavior and impulsive behavior. It's in about 3 to 5% of children. 70% of children are inherited, and 30% it's acquired. Head injury, meningitis, seizures from fevers, sometimes even drug use and smoking during pregnancy has been linked to ADHD. Some symptoms that you might want to look for, and you may want to consult your doctor, are as follows. Has difficulty concentrating or paying attention, distracted often, can't, acts like they don't listen, has a problem with acting out and then being sorry for it later, has a need for constant supervision, doesn't like to take turns in games or with groups, is very sensitive to criticisms, blames others for their problems. They seem to be on the go all the time, like they're being driven by some unseen force. Kira at school could not sit down, could not comprehend any of the things that was being taught to her in class, would have fits and outbursts at school and at home. She would draw on her furniture, on her clothing, on herself. It was in first grade with Mrs. Stanley that we first recognized it. In second grade, we got her started in treatment options, where me and her teacher each had to fill out evaluation forms. Those forms were turned into the doctor, and then we had to go see a psychiatrist to rule out any other disorders, such as bipolar disorder. A lot of times ADHD is mistaken for bipolar disorder, and the wrong treatment can be very devastating and cause irreparable damage, mental damage. And so it's really important that you are thorough. Don't leave anything out. Make sure the doctor knows everything, and it's going to be hard because this is your kid you're talking about, so make sure that he knows everything. It took a while, so I went and did a little bit of research, and that's something that I definitely recommend. I went and looked some stuff up online, and you want to be careful with that because there's a lot of misinformation online. Pharmaceutical advertisements are the worst. They had me convinced I had prostate cancer with all the symptoms that they had listed for wanting me to buy their product. So just make sure that you avoid writers' blogs or opinions. One bad experience does not make it bad for everybody. Your online source should be like a book source. It should have an author. It should have a bibliography explaining where they got their information from. And it should have a date that it was revised or edited or published. If you feel like you're being sold, you probably are. So, you got to be careful and ask your doctor. He can give you some literature or give you guidance on where to find good literature. I had gone round and round with Kira's doctor, and he went through a lot of the treatment options with me, and he was knowledgeable, And he was really thorough with what we were doing and why we were doing it. Now the treatment options are a little bit more, it's a little bit more difficult there. He started her out on a stimulant or stimulant-like medication. These medications are regulated by the FDA. They are thoroughly researched. They are not tranquilizers. They're not sedatives. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It increases brain control to, the parts of the brain that are lacking, that are making your children act this way. There is no scientific proof on the use of diet, herbal supplements, or biofeedback that support that these methods work. So just to kind of review what we've talked about, you want to be aware of the symptoms, go to the doctor and be very honest and open with them. Get literature, any literature that you do get outside of what your doctor gave you. Make sure it's a reliable source. And if your treatment option that you do choose does not work for you, tell your doctor immediately. They will help you find the medication or the treatment that you need that will help you. The children are our future. Without them, we have nothing. And Kira has been on a very long journey the past 6 years. And I will continue to do what I feel is in her best interest until I think that she has the ability to do it on her own. And if anyone has any questions, just let me know. I will say that a reliable website that I used was www.childdevelopmentinfo.com, and I also just did some research on the FDA's website. They listed all of the different research options that they conducted on the medications that are available.